could show you somehow how much you mean to me. If you could only see. Baby, you know I don't want anybody else. No one but you. You make me feel the way I do. All that I want is to have you all to myself. No one but you. You make me feel the way I do. The way I do. Yeah. The way I do. Yeah. I lose myself when I think about you. I search within, and I want you to find me. I want you right now. If I could show you somehow how much you mean to me. If you could only see. Baby, you know I don't want anybody else. No one but you. You make me feel the way I do. All that I want is to have you all to myself. No one but you. You make me feel the way I do. Baby, you know I don't want anybody else. No one but you. You make me feel the way I do. All that I want is to have you all to myself. No one but you. You make me feel the way I do. The way I do. Yeah. The way I do.
Greetings, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's great to be back. Yes, my name's Dom Lehane, and welcome to this week's episode of Hair Conversations live stream show brought to you by How to Cut It in partnership with HairCon. Yes, the new day and night hair festival that is coming to the O2 Victoria Warehouse, Manchester, from June the 22nd to the 24th. Now, if you are new to Hair Conversations, you're probably thinking, what the heck is about? And you might be watching this on replay. Hopefully a lot of you are going to be joining in, watching us live as we go. This is a very exciting and interactive live show that we are bringing the hair industry right to your screen on these Sunday evenings, with real-time discussions, debates, opportunities for you to actively participate by adding your comments and questions into the show. Yes, this is designed to keep you engaged and informed, and each week we're going to be sharing insights from our very special guests that we're inviting along, and you can bring and watch your hair hacks here as well. Yeah, we've got hair hacks coming in, but what makes it really, I think, special for me is actually your involvement. Yeah, you getting involved in this, so we want you to really get into the participation and contributions to this live stream, because that's what makes Hair Conversations truly unique and a vibrant experience, I believe. Anyway, that's what I think. Anyway, you're probably hearing a lot of buzz about the HairCon show, and if you want to dive deeper into this, then you are in the right place here, because we take you behind the scenes to this event, providing you with the latest updates and all of the juicy gossip that is going on with HairCon. And we are so excited that we have the co-founder again joining us tonight. Yeah, we bring HairCon team to the screen to share you their insights and updates of what's going on. And you're going to have to stick around for tonight's show, because I'm going to be revealing to you how you could have the chance to be on stage at HairCon. Excited? Come on, let's see them likes. You should be, because this is an amazing opportunity. I'm super hyped to be able to share this with you. But look, remember, let others know that we are live. So do share the broadcast. The more people that join us, the better the conversations. And again, I can't stress this enough. I'm going to be flagging your questions up on the screen. You get a super buzz from that feeling. So get sharing the show and on your Facebook profile. And you will also, if you do this, be in with a chance to win VIP tickets to the event as my special guest. Does that sound good? Get sharing, and the next week I'm going to let you know 2 people I'm going to pick, and maybe we could give you a pair each, so you and a colleague could come along, VIP guests of mine. It'd be great to have you there. So that's the bits over to introduce you to the show. And this is the bit that I love. So you're going to see me just look at my screen. Who's joining us? Well, this is where the fun begins, because it's all of you. I know many how-to-cutters are here tonight. We've got many platformers here as well, which is great. Becky, how you doing, Becky? I saw your post earlier, didn't you? You were saying that you want to know more about this HairCon. You were dead excited to learn more. Well, Becky, I'm telling you, you are in the right place. We got Gary Blues. Hiya, Gary, one of my platform team members there. Siobhan, woohoo, love a woohoo. Great, we're lots of woohoos. Brendan, great to have you back, Brendan. Really nice to see you here. Janet, nice to see you here at Pivot Point UK. Chris, how you doing? Chris Grimley, lovely, lovely. Lovely to see you all here. Donna Kershaw, nice to see you, Donna. And we've got Tony from Bits for Hair. Hiya, Tony, thank you for sharing. And Lee, good to have you along, Lee. So get involved. We make no lie that there are going to be conversations here. We want to spark it up tonight. But anyway, I'm going to make sure my volume's down, because last week it was too loud. Thank you, Hayley, for pointing that out to me. So I'm going to make sure that's down. What have we got coming up? Right, coming up on tonight's show, I'm going to be shortly joined by my co-host, Georgia Bell. We've got an exciting evening planned with Georgia. And then we are going to bring along our special guest, and we are going to be joined by leading curl and textured hair specialist, the brilliant Jacqui McIntosh. Yes, she's going to be joining us along the show tonight. Then we're going into a big topic. This is going to spark things up. How are we going to stop this exodus of youth from the hair industry? Bring your conversations and points to this. We're going to kind of maybe go a bit controversial on this. Let's see. Then, yes, you've got to get prepared. Georgia is going to be getting her tips out. Yes, I said that right. Get your tips out with Georgia Bell. She's going to share some essential tips on making the most of attending HairCon. And then, we're going behind the scenes with the co-founder of HairCon, the brilliant, the lovely Jane Galpin, who I met on Friday. We've got lots to talk about there. Jane's going to be announcing some big things going on. Then we're going into our insights, where we're going to delve into diversity with Jacqui's insights on caring for curly, textured and afro hair. She's also going to share a few images of her work. Then open topic. We're going to bring in a topic that maybe you want to discuss. Lots to think about. So a topic you want to discuss, bring it in. Then we're going to have our hair hack. And this one tonight is coming from Georgia. Yes, Georgia's going to share some of her tips on colour toning. So you're going to have the chance to win tickets. And remember, this is interactive. So get interactive with us. That is what makes this so goddamn special. So questions, comments, drop them in. We'll be seeing them all the time. And we'll be featuring them live in the screen. So get set. Sunday evenings. What better way to all hang out together and get excited about HairCon and everything else that is going on in the industry. This is your chance to voice your opinions. Let's start Hair Conversations. So I'm delighted to welcome into my screen, God, she is looking good these days, Georgia Bell. Georgia Bell.
Hi!
How you?
Hello.
Georgia, can I just say something? Are you working out?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
But just say, we will see later. I said I'll see signs of apps, but how's the week been?
It's all that dancing in Berlin, Dom. It did me a world of good. What can I say?
Now, this wasn't sort of flamenco dancing of any kind or Strictly Come Dancing vibe, was this? What kind of dancing were you doing in Berlin?
It was just hardcore raving to German trance music for around 17 hours.
No wonder you got absolutely. Yeah, was that good? You telling me actually you went to one club and they didn't allow you in?
Yeah, I tried to get in at the Berghain and they said no.
Now, I've got
Yeah.
no idea. What's that? The Berg Hind, did you
The
say?
Berghain, yeah, it's probably like one of the hardest clubs to get to in Europe. And I thought I'd done it. And then he said to me, when I got to the front of the queue, he said something to me in German. And I just went, "You what?" And he went, "No." So, thanks for
That's outrageous.
bye.
Look at you. Look at you. And I'm loving the hair, by the way. Is that still getting longer at the back? Can we just have a look?
Yeah, we've got. I'm being Amanda Thrift from Matilda today, and I've got it in pigtails. So yeah,
What's the
getting
colour
quite
on
long
there?
now.
What's the colour?
What colour is it?
Mm.
I use a copper high lift, and then I just go in with an orange direct dye. But I tend to leave it on a lot longer, my direct dye, so it just goes brighter.
Good. How did you enjoy last Sunday?
Oh, it was amazing. It was so good to be back, actually. And it's so nice to have this connection and all working towards this amazing event. And I've seen the venue, and it's amazing.
I'm telling you all, right? I'm telling you all right now. I went and visited the event. I won't say too much more because we'll save it for when Jane joins us. But I will say it's incredible. This space is just what we needed, and you've got to stick around because we're gonna. I did capture a little bit of video, and we walk around it, and getting you all involved in this because I think we need this, don't we, George? We were covering this last week about having that opportunity to bring it up north, and
it's really got that. So it's really got that cool vibe to it, hasn't it? It's a cracking venue, and I think it's going to be a cracking event. And the north needs it. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, Siobhan's just said she loves your hair, Georgia. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It really does work. So look, we're going to give you the chance as well, where to get your tickets from if you haven't got tickets. The chance, share the show, all right? Just post it into your Facebook profile. And you could win, like I say, 3-day VIP tickets. I mean, it's going to be good. I've seen the VIP space and all that. But you're going to, again, stick around. If you want a chance to get on stage, we're going to be talking about that. Let us know. Where are you all sort of watching this from tonight? Are you hanging out in the garden? Are you sort of just sitting? It's been a lovely day here in the UK. Let us know. But look, we're going to move into this. And each week, don't we, George, we bring on a special guest. And tonight, we've got a great guest, haven't we?
We've got an amazing guest.
Yeah, and they're joining us from France. So hopefully they're going to be sat there in France and waiting. She is waiting because I can see her right just in the corner of my eye there. And she's doing ever so well. We're delighted tonight that we're going to be joined by Jacqui McIntosh. For many of you, that if you know your industry, you will know Jacqui McIntosh. She really is the boss when it comes to curls, texture hair management, afro hair. And we've got to bring Jacqui in. I think she's going to be a part of HairCon as well. But just having her voice here be great. So let's get set. Let's bring a little VT up of Jacqui before she joins us in the screen. There you are.
Hi, Jacqui.
Hold on, sorry, had to unmute there. Hi, I'm scared to move because Dom's got me like, don't go no further.
Just give us an idea to where you are right at this moment of going live, Jacqui.
Right now I'm in Grand Boulevard in Paris. Been here since Wednesday and just got back from the Natural Hair Academy. So hence why I'm in a corner by me hotel room window to get as much light as possible. And I've got my laptop. I've got my laptop on an ironing board. So if it collapses, stay with
That's what it is. That's what
Me
it
and
is.
Georgia are hoping that it is going to collapse, Jacqui, because it was hilarious. Just before we went live, it collapsed.
We did have a collapse, didn't we, before we went live, and it was
yeah, we did.
quite funny.
We did.
But I'm sure many of you all watching this will kind of recognise that, don't we? When we're doing all these live video calls and, we're not always in front of great setups, are we? You're having to balance them on books to get it up to the height. But look, it's great to have you here, Jacqui. So what are you doing in France? What's the thing going on?
So it's a natural hair academy. For those of you that may not know now, I'm Jacqui McIntosh. I look after education for Avalon Europe. And part of our product portfolio, we have our retail range. And the Natural Hair Academy is for those people that want to rock their natural hair, embrace their natural hair, and really only want products that have that natural element to it. So our As I Am range sits perfectly with that. So we were here this weekend to celebrate that, and just to be part of the festival of natural hair. So it was brilliant.
Yeah. And you're going to be part of HairCon, aren't you, Jacqui?
Yes, we are. Two prong. Going to be there as part of Avalon, and also there as part of Project Afro. So the Avalon stage show with myself and two of my colleagues are going to be on Sunday, and then on Monday I'm with the new Project Afro team for 2024.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, tonight you're going to be sharing some insights really into embracing cold texture and bringing some of that wisdom with you. And I just say to everybody again, if there's any insights or questions that you would like to have from Jacqui, then please, as you can see, we're bringing these, up here. We flag up these comments here, and we can see them. There is about a 20-second delay.
Hi, Chris.
But I'm just going to ask Georgia, how long have you been aware of Jacqui in the industry, Georgia?
Quite a while now. I know that we've met a couple of times in London, haven't we, Jacqui, for
We have.
projects and things like that. So yeah, a good while. I mean, I definitely heard more about her when I started getting into textured and curly hair myself. But yeah, we've known of each other a while, I'd say.
Good.
Defo.
Well, good stuff. Well, look, let's wait no more. Shall we go to our first industry topic, which we're going to discuss in 10 minutes? And again, we want you to get really into this. And again, thank you so much, Georgia, who's putting that in, but I know it's David, really. It's Dave who's doing that. But if you want to get your tickets for HairCon, the link is in there. You get the code HTCI10, and then you'll get a 10% discount code. But even better, win 2 tickets, VIP. You're in with a chance of doing that. So we are going to go to our first big industry topic tonight. Really looking forward to going into this with both Jacqui and Georgia. So wait no more. Right, okay, so how to halt the exodus of youth from the hair industry. We wanted to go this one, George, because I think we were initially saying about attracting people in to the industry, but actually,
Yeah,
I feel like, are we attracting people in? But actually, are we
I think
keeping
we
them in?
are. I think we are. It's whether we're able to keep people in, and I think that's a really good point that you've sort of turned it on its head there, Dom. Actually, because I think times have changed, and I don't know whether as a salon owner, I've tried to sort of change and look at the younger generation and see what I can do to keep assistants coming through, staying, and keep them entertained and keep them engaged. I think that's really important, because what necessarily worked for me when I was training as a hairdresser, that wouldn't be accepted, allowed, or would work now, because that's a while ago. So I feel like, I've tried to look at myself and tried to be better.
You chuckled there, Jacqui.
Yeah, because I just think, probably me and Georgia has kind of had the same kind of training coming up, and you just shut up and got on with it. And I just think the youth of today, they're just not going to deal with that. But I just wanted to ask Georgia, in terms of the people that are attracted to come to your salon, what is the biggest thing about keeping them? What do you find? Because I just think a lot of salon owners, sorry, I'm answering my own question, but I just need to get it out. I think a lot of salons are doing a good job. They are trying to engage, but there just seems to be this bit that's missing, that is a disconnection. And I'm not sitting here claiming to know what it is, but just speaking to salon owners and speaking to other hairstylists, and it doesn't matter whether you're from a group or an independent, I think everybody is feeling the same challenge, but there's just a nugget that's just missing, and I'm not quite sure what that is, because we can all talk about salons that don't do anything for their apprentices or that don't do anything for their juniors, but there are a hell of a lot of salons that do. So what is that disconnect?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good thing. I can only sort of go back to when I was training and think what was missing for me, really. And I think I always wanted to feel really helpful, and I had a very strict training regime because when I first started training, I was at Tony and Guy, so I had to learn cuts over and over again, and if they weren't right, I'd get very frustrated at that. So I think for me, I'm not really like that because I'm not a massive brand like Tony and Guy, and I'd like to train my assistants to be good all rounders, but I'd like them to feel part of my company and useful in other areas. So, for example, my assistant at the minute is absolutely amazing at TikTok. I'm rubbish at TikTok. I don't go on it. I struggle with it. So it makes more sense to utilize him in my industry, in my salon, doing things like that, and sort of bringing me on. So all of a sudden the relationship flips. So when I was training, even though my first bosses are now like my closest friends, our relationship was always assistant boss, and I think that is really good. But I try and sort of take other people's opinions on board and bring them into what I'm doing, because I think we can all learn from one another. It doesn't really matter about age,
Absolutely.
and I think it's really about getting down to somebody's level and seeing how you can help one another and becoming more equal. That's worked well for me, I think.
And I
Well,
think
that's
that's
a
right. I
great
think
point.
you've sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No,
Sorry.
you carry. No,
Sorry,
you
Dom.
carry on. Sorry, I'm just
Taking
saying.
over your
Just
show,
let people
babe.
know
You
there's some
invited
great.
me.
No, you carry on. Just letting know people. I'm going to come to your points. Maybe when we just get a minute after this. But yeah, carry on, Jacqui.
No, I think that Georgia hit the nail on the head. It's but people want to feel part of a salon team. They want to feel part of the business, and they want to feel. I think sometimes we think it's always about chucking money at apprentices. And don't get me wrong, I think for young people, money is important. But I think being part of the environment and feeling that they are part of the business, that their decisions are taken on board, and things like that is a big deal. Because I've spoken to people that have come up in the ranks, and when you say to them, "Why did you leave?" It's so well, my boss didn't really take me seriously, or I didn't feel like I was advancing enough, or I didn't feel like I was part of anything. I just felt that I was just there to do a job, and that was it. And I think we've lost that because when I was coming up in hairdressing, like you, I had a hard boss, but I always felt part of my salon. I never thought that I was not part of my salon. I always knew what the business needs were. I always knew if whether I think maybe we had too much information, like we didn't make money this week, so you might not get paid, one of those ones. But you still it gave you that energy to come to work and want to be part of that environment. So I think connecting on a level is something
Yeah.
I think people need to look at.
I just want to go in there. Are we just kidding ourselves that it's actually an amazing industry? Is it actually an amazing industry when we're starting out? I'm
Listen,
not saying
it's
that's
sort of
my opinion. I'm just putting that in there.
yeah, but everything worth having is off the back of something hard. So when you first start something out, you're not going to get that level of amazing without amazing training. And people need to know that it isn't fast paced in some respects, and you do have to give a lot to gain a lot.
To
But
get a
I
lot,
think
yeah.
our industry, yes, not everything's amazing. I think as an industry, we're pretty incredible, and it's actually all there for the taking if you've got the right attitude. But if you've got a shit attitude, then it's not amazing, is it? That's how
Four
I see
pound.
it, anyway. That's £1,
And I think
£4 in the
That's
swear
that's
jar.
gone big. Yeah. That's £4
no,
there. Sorry, Siobhan. I keep making your comment go big. I'm trying to just get those right. Yeah, just carry on there, the pair of you, as you're just talking on
no,
that.
I think you're right. I think attitude is huge because I think I think part of the problem sometimes is I don't think we're very clear about what hairdressing is about. And I don't think we're very clear about what the commitment is. Because I think for some young people, they come in and think, oh, yeah, especially in this generation where we've got Instagram and everything, and everyone, not a lot of people are attracted to working behind the chair. Everybody wants to be Instagram famous. They want to do fashion shows. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think they miss a beat when they kind of overlook that knowledge and that training and that
Why are they
that
missing
build
that
that you
beat
get.
though, Jax? Why?
And
Well,
and I think it's because we're not clear enough about what it takes. And as George has said, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to put in the work. But I tell you what, this is one of the most stable industries you will ever be in. Because I always believe, as a hairdresser, I will never stop, regardless of what title people want to give me. The first thing I always say to is I'm a hairdresser, because I know if my back was against the wall, no matter where I am in the world, I can pick up a pair of scissors and a comb or a tint brush and a bolt, and I can do something. I can earn a
Do
living.
you feel career pathways are limited, George?
I feel career pathways are limited. Again, I think it's attitude, and I think it's about being a go-getter. You know, yeah, were they limited for me in Rotherham? Yeah, but what did I do? Get up off my arse and go to London and did something about it, and writ to people that I knew could help me, that I would never get any help from in Rotherham itself. So I had to go, and not everyone's in the position to do that, but let's utilize something that seems to be so popular right now, which is social media, jumping on the computer. You know, the education that's been offered since COVID, both online and in person, is absolutely amazing. So there's all the tools there. You know, I think you just need to sort of manifest and plan it. It's not going to happen just on a dream,
I
is
hear
it?
you. I hear you, but I don't know if young people are really getting that, because when you go into lots of industries, right, and that there are definitely, you know, if you're in a big corporate company, there are definitely different ways that you could go. You start off in this particular role, and then before you know it, you're going off, and you could, I don't know, just grows. I get a little bit tired of hearing sometimes, well, you could be a session stylist, you can work on a boat, you can work on the theatre. Yeah, but what about behind the chair? How are we going to change that message, Jacqui, to, you know, working behind the chair? Do we look at maybe saying to them, look, you can have, you know, a couple of days of just trying out different areas to explore in the industry?
I think that definitely is a option, and I think it should be an option that we kind of push more forward, because I think, don't get me wrong, the glamour side of hairdressing is amazing, but you know, as Georgia said, that the work that there's work to do to push into that. But then there's the other side of the business that, like you say, building a foundation in the salon, working behind the chair, understanding the business of hairdressing, that is key, you know, and not everybody wants to be a creative. Not everybody wants to see their image on the front page of a magazine, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's maybe us and the way in which we glamify hairdressing. We're not glamifying it across the board. We only target one area. Maybe we need to just relook at that and make management call, make training call,
And
all of those
also
things.
make the education in which we receive. So, you know, make sure that you are a really strong behind the chair hairdresser before you
Exactly.
go out and do other things. I mean, I'm a very strong behind the chair hairdresser, but if you put me on the runway to do some Chanel hair, they'd be booting me out. Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, "Who are you? Get out!" Can't even put a ponytail in. Do you know what I mean? It ain't my bag. It ain't my scene.
Yeah.
So I think it's about specialising in the area.
Are brands doing enough?
But yeah, just to go back to what Georgia said, but that's it. That's the key right there. Understanding what you're good at, working at that, building on that, and making that something. And yeah, brands, I think brands could possibly do more. And I say so as someone that works for a brand, we could possibly do more, because I just think
I
sometimes
think so. I think
we
brands should.
we should definitely.
All
And I
need to
think
come together and to do this,
definitely,
Jax, because for me, if that collective marketing budget for brands could really come together and create something that actually is going to speak to a generation of hair professionals. You know, like when I look at this, what we create here, it's not hard to create a YouTube show. People talk to me about the salon, and you know, and I know Jane's going to be joining us shortly, and you know, she's been very pioneering in the industry. But surely shouldn't we be putting our heads together and thinking, can't we as an industry create our own salon that actually where the youth is hanging out, and you know, they're not watching mainstream TV anymore, really, as a rule. And I think it is key moments like that that are really critical for bringing people into the industry. We could talk about all this deep, heavy stuff,
yeah,
but the reality is, I don't think they care. Truth,
no, they don't.
I just don't think they care. What they care about is actually how sexy is it, how exciting is it. When you see people like Lee Stafford, and you'd see Beverly Cabello, and you see these people in that prime, that's when our numbers were really going up in the industry. And I think it's become a little bit shattered with our obsession by social media, by views, and are we becoming a bit too goof-like now? Is everything about mocking clients, and you know, in a way that actually isn't particularly? Yeah, young people will see that, but parents are seeing that as well. Is that giving a professional image? There's loads. Sorry, we could
No,
probably
but I
have.
think I think you're right
We-
because I think we're getting scared of being professional. And I come
Correct.
from a generation where professionalism as a hairdresser was very important. And I think we need. I'm not saying that we should be stifling people with professionalism, but I think the importance of that professional line should always be there. And I feel that sometimes that's getting eroded. And coming back to what you're saying about the salon, I think why the salon was so successful because it showed us as professionals. I think some of the hair shows that come on TV about hairdressing are very gimmicky. And again, as a parent, if my child said, "Oh, I want to go into hairdressing," and you watch that, you think, "Well, actually, no, I don't want you in that." Whereas for me, as an industry, we're an amazing industry, and I hate when people say, "Oh, you don't earn nothing in hairdressing," because I don't know a lot of poor hairdressers. Yeah, I know a lot of hairdressers that work hard, but I don't know a lot of poor hairdressers. So I just think that what we need to be real about what it is. We need to be real about how you get there, but also, and I think we do need to do something collectively as an industry to show that. And I think something
yeah.
like the salon would be amazing.
Yeah, it would. Right. Let's bring in people's comments. And a great topic, actually, I have to say.
I could have
Inspired
gone on
again.
about that for ages and ages. Those
It's
10
good.
minutes
You know,
did not
we,
last
we
long
could
enough, did they?
revisit it. If anybody doesn't have anything else, we do have that little slot where if we do want to jump back in. But, this is everybody's show, really. It belongs to everybody watching this.
Sorry, taking over, aren't we,
As
George?
well. No, Jacqui, this is why we were so happy to get you in, because this is what we love. Gosh, there's been. I'm having to go back here. Want to belong. So Chris, she said, I think they definitely want to belong to something in order to stay for sure. So they do want. And Samantha said, how do we attract them? Yeah, we were going to talk about that, Samantha. I think that's kind of links in, but I think we attract maybe got to keep in education. So therefore, hairdresser is an option, and then 2 years, I'm out. Let's get some of those that maybe have no interest in hairdressing, but we've got to fire them up. There are people trying to do stuff in colleges now, like Concept Hair Magazine, who are doing great things, touring around. This one, I saw this commercial. I believe having a strong salon culture, which is honest from the start, is key to the young ones and all of the staff wanting to stay. Yeah, absolutely. They need to know their why and believe they are good enough. Lots of support and praise, and how to have hard conversations. Oh, is it Belinda? How you doing, Belinda? That's great, Belinda. Love that. Didn't realise that was you. I should have worked that one out. Belinda said, so true, George. I don't know where that was. Again, it was where we got. Where are we? Just scrolling down. Right, Chris here is worrying when the newly qualified are immediately renting a chair.
I agree with that, Chris, but can I just say that I say that now because I've got knowledge and I've got, experience in my industry, but I certainly, after Tony and Guy, that's what I did. I went and worked in a salon down by a bus station, charging £5.50 a trim, like just to make some money. That was what I had to do. So out of all the bad haircuts that I did, I learned to do some decent ones as well. And then as I got later on in life and things got a bit better for me, that's when I went and retrained, and I really opened my eyes to what's available. But, coming from...
I hear it's here, and Samantha, is there still a vibe that hairdressing being full of stupid people if you can't find another job? I think we've got to be honest here. We could say it isn't, but it is well covered. We know it's not. Yeah, but it is taught. With Jax, how you doing, Jax? Samantha Blues, we need to smash that idea. Science, theory, brain, constantly training. Yeah, all this different professionalism. We could go on and on. Hiya, Brooke. Sorry, just seeing your comment coming in here. You found that laugh. I don't know what. Can't even put a ponytail in.
I can't, but I can do a mean colour. I can do a mean colour, and I can do a great shag haircut.
This is great. Look, we keep. I'm watching all your comments coming in. Keep them coming. We'll pray to see this come in. Nice to see you here, Paul. Right, cool. This is good. This is really good. I'm loving this already tonight. We're having a great time. We're going to relax the mood now. Georgia, do you want to get your tips out?
Yeah, absolutely. So this week's Get Your Tips Out, guys, is for all of you guys that are watching and that watch this after it's gone out. If you are going to HairCon, these are the tips that you need to get the best experience.
Hello, beautiful humans. So it is time for tip number 2 on Get Your Tips Out for Hair Conversations at HairCon. Now, this amazing event is fast approaching, and it's going to be a hair festival spanning over 3 days. So from the 22nd right through to the 24th of June, HairCon is going to be live, exciting, going on in Manchester. Now, if you've got a ticket for this event, let me suggest that you get on over to haircon.co.uk and find out what is going on. Treat this like a festival. Check out the hair lineup. What kind of information do you want to get for yourself as a stylist or for your business? There is going to be exciting stuff happening right through from morning to night. So make sure you get all the info you need to make sure that you get the most out of this event. Another top tip for you, make sure you find out where all the bars are situated.
Hugely important, that, George. I love you doing these. They're fun.
Yeah. Not for me. I don't need to be finding out where any at bars are, do I? But I'll know what the lineup is.
Well, we'll have to find out. Is there a bar there? I think we asked Jane that last time, but I know many of you are really getting hyped up about HairCon and what is this about? I know Becky, was keen to find out about HairCon a little bit more, and that's a big part of what this media partnership that we have with HairCon. We're all behind it because we just, I believe in this so much. A lot of what we were talking about, Jax and George, about bringing people into the industry. Having HairCon, I think, is a massive start for people to really get an idea of what this industry can offer. So we are going to go into HairCon. I'm going to welcome into the screen any moment now Jane Galpin, who is such a pioneer, innovative thinker. She joined us last week again, and she's going to be joining us right in a sec because she's going to be bringing us updates. I'm going to be bringing you some news about how you could get on stage at HairCon. I'm going to take you behind the scenes. We have a little video that I done, and just by seeing the venue, you'll get a real idea to what you are going to be going to. So let's bring along our wonderful Jane Galpin. Jane Galpin, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Loving the chit chat.
We all chit chat well, don't Jax? Isn't she bringing some good energy with her?
I know, it's great. Love it.
Just a chat
I love the
box,
way you
that's all.
guys just dive into the topics and you just tackle it head on. It's great, and it's so nice seeing everyone's feedback and comments as well.
Jane, I met you in person for the sec because I met you at an industry event back in autumn, but I actually rocked up to Manchester on Friday. Oh my goodness. This venue, I was so excited, weren't I, Jane? I mean, it really, but when you walk in there and you're actually walking into a shell unit, it's just phenomenal. You just know that everybody who's going to attend this event is in for a serious surprise and treat. So first up, Jane, come on, what's actually going on? Is there some updates, any news that we need to know about right now?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, there's always so much to say, and those that maybe don't know too much about HairCon, it's a festival go-to event. It's going to be super exciting. We're just pulling everything together under one roof. We're open from 10 till 11 at night. It's non-stop content. It's just going to be absolutely jam-packed. When you guys were talking about, keeping the glue for young, enthusiastic, creatives to come into the industry, I really think they're going to feel at home. And that's so lovely, Samantha. You're buzzing. I love that. It's great. It's going to be really electric. I mean, there's just so much going on. We've got the 3 stages. So on the big main stage, the big excitement is Trevor Sorbie are now doing Reimagined. So they're going to be doing a really celebratory show, a big show on the Sunday evening on the main stage. So that's exciting. And Giuseppe is going to be on the stage Saturday, Sunday and Monday. So he's doing the Style Challenge on Monday. Saturday, he's working with Diva Pro Styling. They're doing a real sort of collective of hair talent on stage. So there's so much going on. It's really hard to just sort of capture moments. But So that's new with Style Challenge Karen Franklin, who hosted the original.
Oh, way.
Yeah, she is going to be hosting Style Challenge. So we're just soon to announce that. So that's super exciting. What else? We'll lovely Jacqui will be with us at HairCon, so we're looking forward to her gracing our stages. So so much, and obviously the lovely Georgia will be on one of my stages.
I
It
can't
looks
wait.
like
I'm
my
so
camera's
excited.
freezing.
I'm so
I am
excited.
here, by the way. Have I got a freeze going on? Am I
You
in that
have,
got
you're
zone?
frozen.
Yeah.
Have I frozen? Well, you carry on, and I'll just see what I can go on
Yeah.
just there,
So
because you don't need to freeze on me.
all the new thing we've got Richie Finney with Captain Fawcett giving secrets away, lots of secrets with styling products with Reese Whitehouse. So that's exciting. We've got Josh LaMonica really engaged with everything. Dents are doing a phenomenal takeover on the ground floor, which is going to be absolutely beyond exciting, and Josh will be there. And what's great with Josh LaMonica, along with Alan Beek and the WOW gurus, then Cal Newsom, they're all joining our panel talks. And earlier you were talking about TikTok and social media. We've got such a lineup. On the Saturday, at 12 noon, we've got Josh, we've got Rob Wood, we've got Cal Newsom, we've got oh god, there's so many here. I've got to look at my notes. So we've got Alan joining social talks. This is around TikTok and social media. Sam Rascals. We've just got so much going on for barbers as much as we have, for everybody else. What else is new? Oh yeah, and there's a Barber Confidential on Saturday evening that kicks off around 7:30 p.m. with beers in hand. So I think we'll have Johnny Barbar rocking up, giving his views. And it's just going to be loads of new stuff. What else is new? Let me think. So we've got all that going on. Reading on my scrappy notes, but yeah, so just tons of new stuff. But the biggest news of all is Dom, we have a sort of fourth bit of content going on a little exciting corner that we were looking at on Friday.
Yeah, it is. I came away from HairCon after meeting Jane and seeing the venue. I was driving back down the M6. Honestly, I was just so excited. So Jane and the team have invited How to Cut It to bring our very own How to Cut It platform live stage to HairCon over the 3 days. Yeah, we're going to be part of this. Now, what this actually means is we are going to open up the platform for many of you to be able to rock up and get on stage. All right, you can showcase your hair work maybe in 10 minutes. You could be part of a conversations. So if you feel you want to get in front of the industry, in key people, this is your chance. All right, so you can become part of it. I'm going to have Georgia's going to be there hosting it with us. We've got Samantha Blues, our team, Paul Davis. We're going to have Samantha Toogood, Gary. We really are so excited about this. So if you want to be part of this, it's really easy. The first thing is that you need to become a free member of How to Cut It platform. Super easy. I think Dave will put the link in there. Just create yourself a profile, and we're going to give the shout outs in there. So we're going to offer this out to our platform members first, but we've got to go quick because we haven't got a lot of time. All right, so I think we're just under 3 weeks now, Jane. Is that kind of where we're at? Am I right
Something
thinking?
like that. Yeah. So remember the dates. It's the 22nd to the 24th of June at the O2 Victoria Warehouse in Manchester by Old Trafford. So yeah, 22nd
It's
to
going to be
24th.
amazing.
Wipe the diary, wipe it clean.
Right, and there's that link. All right, so just click on that link. It will take you through. It takes seconds to do. You could do it after the show if you want, and then we'll give you those announcements. So if you're watching on replay, again, just copy and click on that link and come through, and you'll have that
And
opportunity.
maybe anyone's got some shining star assistants that they might want to put on our stage to give them an opportunity. That would be great after what we talked about this evening. So, yeah.
That's a great shout, George, actually. You're going to be doing hosting
definitely
on there as well, aren't you, Georgia, for us?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, definitely.
She only found that out tonight, but...
I'll look whoever comes on the stage, I promise you, I'll look after you.
But also, what we was just
bless
saying
you.
about is that as people come off some of the big main stages, which we're going to show you, they're going to have that opportunity to maybe just then come onto the How to Cut It platform live stage and just to share it again. So it's going to be phenomenal. Anybody that saw it at a recent trade show, that's the energy and vibe what we're going to be doing. So I'm truly grateful to the HairCon team, who I must say are absolutely delightful. Everybody that I've worked alongside with HairCon, in Jane, Michael, Katie, Haley. I mean, they really are doing a fantastic job, and they're lovely people who are really doing this for the special reasons. But look, I think it would be rude not to give them a little bit of a sneak preview of the space, Jane.
Yeah,
Would that be okay?
absolutely. Yes.
So if you want to have a look, this will give you a real insight. This is me on my phone. I just wandered around. I'll kind of leave your so you can maybe just talk us through. So let's go behind the scenes. Let's make sure we get the right one here. Right, let's go behind the scenes here.
Just so atmospheric. The building oozes atmosphere, and it really got you when you walked in, didn't it, Dom? Obviously I've been there quite a few times now. So it's when you walk in there, you can almost feel the heritage of music in that building. It just feels really incredible. It's got those wonderful, if you imagine those brick walls, a lot of people are just sort of creatively creating something in there to keep the brick exposed. A lot of the floor is just going to be raw as it is. It's just a really special feeling, isn't it, Dom, when you walk in there?
It is, and we were saying this, weren't we, Jane? That actually a big part of what we all love is when we go to these events is actually just networking, isn't it? That brings all of us together, and you can just see that this space is going to feel comfortable. Where you're hanging out, you're not going to get bored in there, and that's even just in an empty building. And I think when you talk about 3 days, this is an event that you will want to be there for 3 days. Like I say, the main hall, you've got the glamours, haven't you? You've got noise at night. We're going to have the social stage going on, where we're going to have a live stream of Hair Conversations coming from the venue itself.
Yeah, from the social stage. That's going to be really, really cool. I love the whole idea of what your vibe is and what you want to do, and you want to capture. We've got so much content going on, so much is happening. I just love the fact actually you can get even more close up and personal with it with you with How to Cut It at HairCon, because that's what we want, is that everyone to feel like they've rubbed shoulders and bumped into these sort of legends and discovered the new stars, the new sparks, and been inspired about technique, whether that's with curls and texture or coils, or every hair type, every it's so fully inclusive with what we're doing. We've got gender identity debates to texture talks to mob wives hair demos to you name it. We're going to hear
And
the backstory of
and the thing that I do
Sorby,
want to ask
the
you, just sort of
Sorby
coming
business.
towards the end here, Jane, because we could just have a whole show just on this, because there is just for you so much to share and for us to understand. But questions that people will want to know: is it easy to get to? How do we get to it?
Yeah, it's super easy. We are literally rubbing shoulders with Old Trafford there, so that caters for 70,000 people that go in for a match. So it's there's a new tram station that's open that's 2 minutes walk to the venue, which is just beyond brilliant. You'll find out everything on the website, on
Shall we
haircon.co.uk.
just go to that
So
very quickly, if we can bring that up?
yeah,
Yeah.
so on the website you'll find everything on how to get there. Parking is There's great parking and there's additional car parks nearby. There's It's accessible, it's only a few miles from all of the local train stations. I think it's about 2-3 miles from Manchester Piccadilly. The airport is really accessible. It's just super accessible for absolutely everyone, so you'll find on the sort of where to find us, on the information
Let me see if I
page.
can.
It's just gonna you'll just find out all of the event information there. So super easy to get to, very accessible, and of course with Manchester being, it's super central in the country. It's just great for everybody to get to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And hotels, is there plenty of
Yeah,
hotels?
hotels. We've secured discounts with many hotels. Again, you'll find the hotel information. You'll find that there. So it's phenomenal. Everything's on the site. You'll find the lineups. You'll find the fellowship stage. Have got a phenomenal schedule in there. You'll find the main stage lineup, and the social one has just been announced and that's just gone live. Everything you need to know about style challenge, all the ticket types. It's just really easy.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Love it, Jane. Thank you so much for sharing all this. And I think yourself may be back again next Sunday, or Michael. I don't know. We see how it goes. But we love hanging out with you, Jane. I think your energy is just, I can't stress that enough to people. I like to know the people who are behind these events, because for me, that actually, it counts for a lot to know that you've got the right people who really care. And again, your pedigree for what you do in the industry that tells me we're in really good hands in what you're
Oh,
doing. And
thank you.
Michael, with hair, with assembly events. I mean, we're not go and check out the assembly events. That will give you an idea to what Jane and the team do. I mean, we're not talking small time here. Anybody remembers the clothes show and Michael with his events? It really is. So, Jacqui, as well, just before Jane goes, you say HairCon, you're going to be there. You're looking forward to
Yeah.
this, aren't you?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, for me, the North is one of those areas that I don't think gets as much exposure as the South. So I think to have something like this is just going to be phenomenal up there. It's nice to be able to go to that space and, be seen. I think also the fact that we've got such a diversity in events on stage is good. It's nice to see representation of curls and coils and afro hair. So I'm quite excited to be part of that.
Good,
And I know
good,
my team are. They're really
good, good,
excited
good.
about it.
Right. Well, look. Thank you so much, then, Jane, for joining us. You can go and chill out again now, and I'm sure Jack's
Have a glass of
apologetic for
wine.
joining.
It's glass of wine time. I need to go and find one. Find one in the green room.
All right. Any questions that you may have for Jane, then just put them in the comments and we can put them to her. So we're now going to go into our little vibe with Jacqui now tonight. We're going to be learning a little bit into textured curl, how to get the most out of it, get some lessons. So thank you so much, Jane, and we'll see you very soon.
I'll see you
Bye,
guys
Jane.
there.
Bye.
Bye, Jane.
Right. Okay. So we are going to be going into. Let me bring that up a little bit. I panicked a bit when my camera froze. What happened there, George?
I don't know, but I could still hear you, so I wasn't panicking.
Could you hear all the rustling going on in the background?
No, I just knew you were going to come back in there and save us, and if you weren't, I was just going to cancel the lot.
Just press end live.
They're
Absolutely.
like,
Everybody do.
God, Jackie's ironing board's going to go in a minute and all, and then we'll be
Right, okay, well, absolutely. Look, it's great everybody coming in here. Thank you, Samantha. You just put in event information, really good. Big events are the Chris put come on north. Right, so 5 minutes really. Just want to get a bit of an overview, your expertise, Jack. So let's go into it. Right, there you go.
Yo.
So, Jack,
Hi.
come on. Yeah, well, a little bit of your knowledge in the world when it comes to curl textured hair. Where are we at with this in your eyes? The in certainly with dealing. Let's get straight to it. Afro hair, right?
Mhm.
Let's get straight into it.
Uh-huh.
Gets talked about a lot.
Does.
Are we coming a long way, or are we still absolutely terrible as an industry? When I'm talking about the diversity of it.
I think it's a hard one because I just think that sometimes when we talk about that first thing, textured hair, for me as a hairdresser, what does that mean? Because everyone's got texture. So I think sometimes the language that's used can be quite misleading in terms of what we mean in how far Afro hair has come. For me, curls and coils, curly hair has always been around. I think the difference is that we have products that are more accessible for the curly hair market now. And you look at marketing and you look at the way things are going. Talking about curls is a big deal. However, to me, when it comes to Afro hair, and we're talking about that 4CE or that type 4 category of hair, I think we have to be careful because I think it gets lost in the language of curly and coily hair. And I just think that that category needs a lot of understanding in terms of products. It needs a lot of understanding in understanding the scope of where you can go with hair. I mean, you look at this image here of this lady. This is our 40th anniversary shoot, which was an amazing shoot. And the whole thought process behind the shoot was one, to celebrate Afro hair, to celebrate the 40 years of science and technology behind our brand and Afro hair, but to also appreciate Afro hair in its many dimensions. And like you can say, this model, I mean, she's beautiful, phenomenal girl, and her hair is amazing. But to create something like this, you have to have an understanding of products. You have to understanding of how you make that hair look so healthy and vibrant in an image. Because as we all know, when you're taking a shoot, and I'm going to go down a little technical route, and I can tell I've been talking to the photographers, you know, making that kind of hair pop on film is very hard. So if it's not healthy, it stands out. I mean, this lovely lady, she's been used many times by many people, but again, she's got a lovely hair texture, which is very different from the last image that we saw. So would you approach both of these two women in the same way? No. And you would need to have knowledge of what products are going to sit on each of those different textures equally. So, and she was amazing, she was. But again, going back to the last image that you showed, curly hair also needs special attention. And I think what the whole curl movement has done, it's made people appreciate curly hair more. But I just think that when we talk about curls and coils or Afro hair, I just think the knowledge and the understanding cannot be underrated, because I think, to achieve good styles with this hair type, you need to have that underpinning knowledge. And, I think, as me and Georgia was talking about earlier, in terms of our skills and our ability, I rate anyone that does Fashion Week and all of that, and I love it. Is it my best skill? No. But put me behind the chair or put chemicals in front of me or put hair in front of me, I can rock with that all day. I can take it from zero to hero all day. That's my love. I love looking at hair and seeing how we can elevate it and make it better and make it look amazing. So I just think every area has its space, but I think knowledge and understanding is the first step to everything. And I just feel that sometimes we overlook that and just look at a finished look without understanding what it's going to take to make that happen, without having the right information or even the right understanding of how that's going to be achieved. And that's my thing of where we are right now. I think there's lots going on social media. There's lots of people talking. There's lots of courses that are now available, which I think is amazing, because it gives people a point of entry of wanting to learn this subject matter. I mean, even we as a company, we've really looked at what we do and how we approach, because I think I always say Avalon is the best kept secret in the hairdressing world. Our customers know us, but very few people get other access. So we kind of opened the doors, and we've done a lot of online education to kind of give people that knowledge and understanding, or at least a taste of it, so that it gets them their appetite wanting more. And we found that. Do I feel that we've got to the benchmarks? No, I don't. And I'd be lying if I sat here and said that I do. I still feel there's a lot of work to do. I still feel that it's a very untapped part of the hairdressing community. I think it's got better, but I still feel there's a road to travel. And I think, again, for me, it's like even looking at this image here. Sorry, I know I'm jumping all over the place because of where the images
That's
are
great.
coming up. I think we always look at Afro hair as just curly, coily, or, curl definition. But this image here of this lovely model, we blow dry, we cut, we use heat styling in our hair, we have, modern haircuts. And I just think that also gets overshadowed with the curl movement. And for me, as a brand, what we want to show is the diversity across the whole of the texture, and it's the way in which that hair can be manipulated to the individual, so that we're not making anybody feel isolated. If you want to rock your hair with its natural curls, brilliant. If you want to manipulate it temporarily, brilliant. If you want to permanently change it, brilliant. I think for me, it's about giving the consumer or our client choices, but making those choices healthy choices, and making sure that whatever that choice is, we're always keeping the integrity of the hair center of what we're doing.
Yeah, Sam's just put here, I do feel the MVQ needs to cover this more.
Do you know what? I do, and don't get me wrong, because I bash education all the time. And I do feel that I think sometimes, and I may get a lot of flashback on this, but I think MVQ can only do so much. You learn education in most cases. I mean, when I used to teach in hairdressing, and I'm going back now, you used to do it in 2 years. Now, I'm not saying that it should take 2 years for a student, because students probably wouldn't stay for 2 years, but you had that time to deliver that level of content. Most courses now are 18 months. So, your MVQ is only ever going to give you the basics. It really is. It can only give you so much. And I just think hairdressers, and it's a thing I think we're very bad at in this country, because you step out of the UK, you go to Europe, you go to America, people invest in their education. And I'm not saying that we don't do it here, but we don't do it on the scale that our other colleagues do it on. And I just think the MVQ will give you that. To me, I always say to my students, MVQ is the first step on the ladder. Once you've gained your MVQ, you have to keep building to climb that ladder. And I just think that if you have an interest in something, and if you want to learn something, then that's on you, or even your salon that you work with. And I can appreciate that people are going to say, well, not everyone's got money to do that. Yeah, I get it. I never had money to do it. But what I did is put myself in places that I wanted to, that would teach me, or that I could learn what I wanted to learn. I worked in European hairdressing for a number of years because I wanted to understand and know the hairdressing from that way. I went and worked in Afro salons to learn Afro hairdressing and have an understanding. Because let's face it, when you go to college, you learn general hairdressing. So everybody has got to invest. It's not always about money, but sometimes it's just about your time and where you put yourself and how you build to move on. And for me, it's no different from colour. When you go to college and learn colour, and I'm sure Georgia, you will agree, it's basic. But when you start going to colour houses, you then think, my God, this is a whole different world. And you build and you learn and you grow. Afro hair is no different. You learn to shampoo in your MVQ, you learn to condition in your MVQ, and you think, okay, now I want to look at how that works across other hair types. And then you start making your journey in that way. And, I think maybe even 10, 15 years ago, it probably would be hard, but there's so many people that put courses on now. You've got individual hairdressers that are running courses. You've got companies like ours that are running courses. So for me, I think it's a little bit of a cop-out when people just put it down to MVQ. If you're interested in something, it's your responsibility to go out there and learn it.
Nice.
Simple.
Well, I can see you nodding there, George.
Yeah, and I just think as well, like maybe when I was first getting into that basic level, when you're first starting something, is literally all you need, isn't it? Just to get,
Yeah, it's the
otherwise
basics.
it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna overwhelm
Yeah.
you. Perhaps I didn't need to know everything that hairdressing had to offer me until I was 30, because I would have thought this is too much. I'm gone. Everything sort of falls into place. I think the more seasoned the stylist you get, and I've definitely, the better I've got at certain things in this industry, the more I've wanted to learn, and the more patience and time I've had with it. I cut curly hair for 2 years before I really put it out there that I was doing it, and just did free models just to make sure that I wasn't just doing something and then said, wow, here I am specialising in this. It's not like that, is it? I think it takes time and knowledge and confidence to deliver that.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Sam's just
for me, I just don't see afro hair. I think sometimes it annoys me sometimes because it gets put on this little shelf. But for me, technical is technical, and like I
Oh
say,
yeah.
I always use color. I always use color as a reference. You learn basic coloring at college. Basic. You learn how to probably. Sometimes you don't even come out knowing how to put foils in. Let's be clear. But if color is your passion, you then go into that space and you build and you learn. Like you just said, cut. You want to cut curly hair. It was your passion for 2 years. You got models in. You nailed it, and then you delivered it. So that's hairdressing, and that's what we were having that conversation before about, are we really letting young people understand? That's what we're not letting them understand. If you are passionate about something, that responsibility sits with you and you build on that. Yes, your employer, your college, their responsibility is to give you that basic foundation for you to be able to nail your passion. And I just think this false sense of security that we want to give people, and I said, shoot me if you wanna, but it is a false sense of security because it's not real. Because when you go into the world of hairdressing, people are going to have an expectation of what you can and cannot do, and that's not, you can't blame anyone else for that. And hairdressing evolves all the time. I don't cut the same way today that I cut 10 years ago. I don't blow dry the same way I do, because things change and you have to evolve with that change. Our industry is an industry that you are always training, and the day you think that you don't need to train, I was told a lot of years ago, that's the day you need to hang up your scissors and leave.
Yeah, because there's always something to learn, isn't there? There's always
There you
something
go.
I'm just going to
for
start
sure.
to bring this to an end because I appreciate. I just looked at the clocks. Look at, why does it keep doing this tonight? There's some glitches going on here. Oh my goodness. Let me take that one down. Let me try again. Right, Chris, we can see it, can't we? We can
Yeah,
see
we can
that.
see it.
Honestly,
Salon.
software. It's
It's
let
up,
me just get that
it's up
right.
to salons to offer. I can't see it now, Dom. I
No,
nearly
let
had
me
that
bring it
for you,
back.
but
Let
I've
me
got.
let me just bring that down. Now Jack's
So I'll read it
moving.
out. It's up to salons to offer and welcome all textures. We
There we
claim to
go.
be inclusive, doing Dom, as an industry, but not. No, sorry, it's
Here
gone.
we go. It's back again, which is not good enough. I know in 2024, because I can't walk into any salon and get my hair cut. We need to do better. We need to do better. Sam, I know. Yes, the option to improve, but we need the fundamentals, which should include all types.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah,
I agree
let me
with that.
just.
And it's sad because I think there are some amazing lecturers out there in colleges that are delivering that. And for me, I don't blame the teaching staff, I blame the institution, because for me, you could never, ever go into a college and say, well, I can't teach colour, so, but you want to be a teacher. I think if you're going to teach, you should be able to deliver across the board. If you can't deliver across the board, you shouldn't be teaching. That's as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Especially in government funded. If you're a private institute, you can do what you want. But if you're being funded by taxpayers, then I'm sorry, you should be able to deliver across the board.
Yeah, I agree.
Amen to that. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much on this topic, Jacqui. It's just flown by in so much time that I think you decide topic. I might have to throw that one out the window. We'll have to bring us back. I think, again, because it's just been so much great content, but I'm conscious that time is marching along. But if there
Me and
is a
Georgia, we
topic,
can't shut up, can we, George?
I'm all for it, mate. Get ready for
look,
that.
Jackie,
I'll be
we bring
chatting your
people
head
like
off a little
you
bit
in.
more.
We bring people in like you because we want to bring the best in people in their fields, and I don't think there's many people better than yourself, but also not just in the hair, but actually what you talk about, your knowledge and your passion for the industry and your thoughts for the industry. It's just, we're so honoured to be able to have this and to get
Thank
that
you. I
going through.
appreciate that.
We
Thank you
really
so
are.
much.
And
Thank
do
you.
go and listen to my podcast with Jackie. Actually, we done about, again, I don't know, 2 years ago. Maybe I don't know,
Okay.
year and a half ago. But it was a
Yeah.
great podcast, and really enjoyed that. But look, topic next week. Let's go for that. If there is a topic next week, drop it in, and we could bring that up into the show, which we bring into you every Sunday, leading up to HairCon. Then we're going to bring Hair Conversations live on the social stage at the event. But we like a little hair hack, and this week I've asked our delightful Georgia to do a hair hack. So should we just flip on into it, George? Are you happy with that?
Just flip on straight into it. It is just a way to sort of make sure your toner turns out banging every single time.
Boom.
Right, you lovely lot, I am going to be bringing you a cheeky little hair hack for Hair Conversations this week for our lead up to HairCon. So I want to be showing you how to change something this light into something a lot more ashy, a lot more platinum, and all you're going to need is a victim, some direct dye, an applicator bottle, and some water. Let's go. Okay guys, so on freshly shampooed hair, you want to be putting a little bit of your direct dye in. In this case, we're using Quiff Platinum Blonde with a little bit of water, freshly shampooed hair, towel dry, and then we're just going to applicate this on, leave it 20 minutes. Just make sure that the hair is evenly coated everywhere. This is also a really good tip if you are doing any direct dye or any blondes and that toner hasn't taken just quite right. You know, you can mix up some direct dye with some water and just cast over it for the next 20 minutes just to add to any of those areas that are a little bit patchy. Also works awesome as a toner, cuts your costs down, winner, chicken dinner. As you can see, we've completely changed Brendan's tone with just a little bit of direct dye and water. This is something that's really simple, it's quick, it's easy. You can do it with pretty much any tone you want in your salon as long as it's direct dye. Like I said, it's cost effective, it's quick, it's easy, and it looks banging.
I love that.
That's who
I love how
Brendan
Love that.
is.
It made me laugh.
Brilliant.
My sister just put in the comment box, me. Yes, Brendan, that's you, and you did a great job.
Now I know. With Brendan, who we met back at the trade show, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you so much
he's
for
a
that,
good egg.
George.
He's a good egg. Yeah, no
He
problem
is.
at all.
Well,
He's
Chris
good.
was just saying, Jax, I just saw this come in. Yeah, brilliant chat, guys. Thank you so much. Angel just put totally agreed to that. So I think we got a lot out of this. Again, just a reminder. So if you want the chance, so if you're watching this on replay, because I know the replays are hugely popular, because I think last week we've got nearly 3,000 views, which told me a lot of you come back and watch this at a later date. So if you are looking for the opportunity to get up on stage at HairCon and be introduced to it by Georgia, myself, and our team, then go and become a member of How to Cut It platform. This is our community that's all built around helping you get the insights, inspirations, and information to really take your hairdressing career and barbering grid to the next level. That's what that's all about. We've got massive things planned for that, certainly after HairCon, which I'm excited to share as well. So get in touch with that, get your tickets, and if you want to be part of our Hair Conversations live stream show Sunday night, 7:45 in the evening, then do that. We're going to have lots of different guests dropping into it. We're going to have some pretty hot topics, aren't we, George? Which
We absolutely are. It's going to be great.
But it's going to be a real freestyle. It's going to be a real social hangout on that evening on a Sunday night. So we're really, really excited for that. Jax, you could drop by as well.
Oh, babe, because you've got the alcohol up there.
We can have George because she don't have any more anyway, so she'll pass on hers to yours. So go. Thank you so much, Janet from Pivot Point. She said, great conversations tonight. Yeah, well, thank you so much for that, Jax, because you really brought that to the show.
Yeah, you were an awesome guest. Thank you very much, Jacqui. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, and Jacqui, you know, as I always like to say, people want to reach out. Maybe they want to be mentored by yourself, which you think we're going to be bringing to How to Cut It platform going forward. You know, do you offer mentoring? Do you offer coaching? Do you offer all this kind of stuff?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm happy to have a conversation with anybody to do so. You know, for me, it's about helping people. So yeah, if people are serious about it, don't reach out to me if you're not serious about it. But if you're serious about it, then definitely. There's always opportunities that come up that, you know, people can come and join. But also, you know, to be fair, like I said, the fellowship's there. The fellowship's got Project Afro. The new list is going to be opening up, I think, coming up September. So if it's something that people are interested in, but they weren't quite sure how to go about that, that's one aspect to go with it. Avalon have online education so that the people can go, but people can reach me on my Instagram, and I'm happy to advise.
Fabulous. Well, yeah, on behalf of everybody, Jacqui, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. You have been awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed it, and you're from France, giving up your time. And we look forward to seeing you again at HairCon, and you'll come and join us on the stage. I'd like you to come and maybe be part of a conversation on the platform live stage, if that would be okay. You have no choice once we say live, do you?
No,
maybe we could get you to come and host that for us, actually, Jax. That would be good. Okay, maybe we could get you to host a sort of topic on curl, diversity, texture, and all
That'd
that.
be awesome.
She's got loads. She's got so much going on. She's thinking, oh my.
So you're going to be a very busy girl now, Jacqui, aren't you? You're going to be a very busy girl during HairCon now.
Both of us, babe. Both of us. It goes both ways.
Yeah. Again, Tony just said thank you so much. That was awesome. So thank you, Jax. Go in the green room. Go and hang out for a few minutes. Me and George are coming to say goodbye to you properly over there. Just put your little mute on so we can't hear you in the background. So thank you so much, Jax.
Bye, dog.
Great. So just wasn't that great tonight with Jacqui? What did you take from what she brought to the show, George?
I just think just absolutely amazing knowledge. You know, really professional, and just, you know, you can learn a lot from really seasoned stylists in this industry. And I definitely think in terms of, you know, curly hair, afro hair, coiled hair, you know, Jacqui is one of the leading people for that. So yeah, I learned a lot from her. Very engaging, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, and I know with curls that you've really sort of sidestepped into working with curly hair. You've mentioned it in the show. What is it that you've brought you to that? Is it something that you think is the hair is going that way?
Shall I tell you what really brought me to it? So I know that you're aware of Jacqui McIntosh, aren't you?
Well, she was part of the hair show, wasn't she?
Yeah, Girl on Curl. So basically, Vicky doesn't like colouring hair, so she was sending me all her curly girls to colour, and I couldn't style it. So I was like, whoa, you need to help me out. I can't be doing this. I'm colouring great, but I can't style. So then we did a little bit of a swapsy, and then from that I thought, do you know what, this is something completely new. I really like this. And actually, you know, curly hair has been amazing for my business. It's been amazing to learn, and so many people really appreciate it. And then from that, I then went and opened it up a little bit more to beginning to cut sort of afro hair, which I did at Not Another Salon with Erica from Spring.
Erica. Yeah, she's from Arnhem. Erica is.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. And again, that was also just like what Jackie said. It's opening another door. So curly wavy hair is completely different to mega coiled afro hair. So I've done a little bit of that, and it's definitely. I just think it's endless what you can learn, from that.
Love that. Maybe
Yeah,
it'd be
it's been
nice for you
great.
to come and share something on the stage, actually, George. I know, get you hosting on there, but it'd be nice to get you do some hair work and maybe do some curly look, if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll. I mean, 3
Gonna be
weeks
busy.
is enough time. 3 weeks is enough time to get a victim into it and go ahead and do that. So yeah, of course. Why
Yeah,
not?
we're really excited hanging out with everybody. I think it's going to be great, isn't it, George? I think just this show leading us up to HairCon is I mean I'm just really pumped about it all now, and I think bringing this to it. But it's been great time tonight, George. Thank you as always.
Thank you for having
wonderful
me.
co-host. It's just standard now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's standard. But look, George, go and hang out in the green room. I'm sure everybody has really enjoyed having you here tonight. Thanks, George.
Peace out. Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
There we go, Georgia Bell. It's just she's just so great to work with, and just seeing her develop in the industry. And I think the thing about that, everything that comes through with all of our guests that come in, and Georgia is somebody as well who I really put in this, is to see people evolve and how they are never shy of learning new ideas, never accepting what they've got and not being able to pivot and move forward. We had that with Heffy last week, who was talking about developing herself into a new sort of side of the industry. And I think if you really want to work your way to the top in whatever the top in the industry could look like, whether that's commanding great prices behind the chair or rocking stages around the world, these people all have the same common thread. They continue to evolve and develop. So you've got to do that, and you've got to be part of that, and you've got to be part of HairCon, and those things are going to help you, because by going to HairCon you're going to come away with new ideas of working and connecting with people, and again, I can't stress that enough, but just get yourself here and form friendships, form opportunities, get involved and be part of this. So I hope that you're enjoying Hair Conversations. I'm certainly enjoying bringing these to you. We've got 2 more before we're actually going to be live at HairCon itself. So it'll be the same time again next Sunday, 7:30 on the How to Cut It Facebook page. We are streaming it in YouTube as well. So it's facebook.com. That's where you're watching it, /How to Cut It. Watching on replay, again, you can just drop your comments in and questions, bring it forward. And remember, if you shared the show and you want to win some VIP tickets as my special guest, then again, share out the show and I'll go and have a look, and we'll pick out some winners, which we will announce next week. So we'll be back again next week. Thank you everybody that's been part of this tonight, and your comments and engagement really helps us in knowing that you're enjoying these shows. A lot of time and energy goes into it for the love of what we're all doing, and every one of you that is here tonight watching this tells me that you all have the same passion. So great time. There's the links there, haircon.co.uk. Go and get your tickets, quote HTCI 10 for 10% discount. So enjoy the rest of the evening, what's left of it. We're near 9 o'clock, aren't we now? So until then, peace, love and smiles all the way. Goodbye.